How's it going, friends? Welcome to the Twin Cities. This is a podcast where we sit down with clients that we've helped navigate a relocation, almost always, from somewhere in the world to the Twin Cities. My name is Jesse Lynch. I run a real estate team called To the Twin Cities, and relocations is what we do. It's what we focus on, and it's what we try our very best to spend all of our time thinking about and solving problems for, including figuring out to do a podcast where we ask people about the process and about what makes Minnesota different and why they came here and how it might compare to where you're coming from. Today we're sitting down with our past clients and now friends, Matt and Heather. They moved here from St. Louis, Missouri, which we've had a fair bit of on this podcast, but I think it's always very helpful to get different perspectives. So if you're moving here from St. Louis, from anywhere else in the country, I still think their perspective will be helpful. So with no further ado, let's get into it. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us. And yeah, we do appreciate it again very, very much. It's not easy getting people to share the story, so it means a lot. And hopefully it's very helpful to other people too.
Yeah. And we're pretty enthusiastic about Minneapolis in general. So that's good. Happy to love to.
That helps for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's to some degree a user bias to the people that we're talking with, that they like it. People are like, I hate it here. They probably wouldn't be on this podcast.
Yeah.
Fair. But
akin to the Google review or Yelp.
Yeah, true.
Like either really good or really bad.
Yeah. But yeah, so, and I guess we'd like to just kind of go back to before you were even maybe thinking about moving here.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you living? What were you up to? What was life like in that particular spot?
Yeah.
Well, we've been living in St. Louis for about 10 years. And when we moved to St. Louis originally, our plan had been to be there for 5 years, get started in our careers, finish up our degrees, and then things happened, life happened, and we ended up staying for much longer than we anticipated. And I remember that in January 2020, we had a conversation that said, this is the year that we are moving away. And then that did not happen. So we ended up buying a house and staying in St. Louis through 2023. But we had in our mind for a long time that we wanted to go. So we had been on the lookout for cities that we thought we might enjoy. And we were taking kind of little vacations to those cities to see what we thought, to create a short list for ourselves.
And I think Minneapolis was maybe our first city that we went to.
It was Seattle.
Oh, was it? But early on, we went to Minneapolis, and it set the bar kind of because we both agreed, I loved that. Mm-hmm. I would totally move there. And having talked to a lot of people who had lived here in the past, friends, they always said if they could live anywhere, they would move back to Minneapolis. And I was like, that's such a huge endorsement.
That's not great, for sure.
Yeah.
I will say, Seattle or here is a very common thing when people are, moving from the South or something, because there's kind of similar reasons. Maybe they're craving green and maybe similar political aspects, so there's kind of a draw to the Pacific Northwest and here.
And the natural beauty that you can find in both of those places, you're also close to a major airport. So if you're interested in travel, I feel like that is also another thing that Minneapolis shares with Seattle. Mm-hmm. The airport here is so good.
Surprisingly, Pittsburgh was the second runner-up.
Hey, actually, I tend to agree. Yeah. I think Pittsburgh is kind of a sleeper.
100%.
We were surprised at how much we loved it when we were there. It was beautiful. The drive-in was so pretty.
Yeah. Reminds me a little bit of Duluth, but a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar size city, right?
Probably, yeah.
As far as Minneapolis proper is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of similar qualities, but a little more Rust Belt-y. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So I guess then any other thoughts on what the other short list was? Pittsburgh, Seattle, here.
Was there anywhere else?
We knew we didn't want to go south.
Yeah. We lived all over already. So before St. Louis, it was Heather was in Chicago, I was in Atlanta, and then we were both in Memphis prior to that. So
okay.
And when you start looking at the kind of weather that you're willing to live in, you start knocking states off the list pretty quickly, actually.
Regions. The whole regions of the country.
And when you look at the cost of living, you look at the cost of living where you're at, and then the cost of living of where you dream of being, and
I knock up a whole bunch of other ones off.
A bunch of additional ones leave the list.
Yeah.
Because you realize that they're not affordable for you.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So the short list ended up being pretty short.
Yeah.
I think we were very selective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you did the
We hear that a lot too.
Yeah.
From other places that people are considering: Seattle, Chicago, Massachusetts, even. Milwaukee. I've heard.
budget is. I mean, Seattle. That's a good example. Budget is, often a huge reason why people don't go there. But yeah,
Median home prices are much higher.
same with Boston.
If you love it, I feel like you can overcome those things if you're willing to maybe downsize the home you're looking at or be more flexible on neighborhood. But we didn't love it.
Yeah,
It was fine.
Yeah.
But we didn't feel anything special for it.
And we have bungalows here as well.
that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's a big thing out there,
A lot.
if I'm not mistaken.
For sure, yeah. So, okay, and I guess what were some of like there was probably like a pull to get you out of St. Louis, right? Or yeah, why?
What did we not like about St. Louis?
why was it like, all right, we know we want to move on from here? You don't have to be too harsh.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think St. Louis is like a pretty troubled city, like in terms of like civic management. Like it's broken up into a million different municipalities.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like redundancy in government systems, and
I have heard that.
There's a lot of strife between the city and the state as well, and sort of disagreements about how things should be run in the city. And so those things sort of like perpetually come up. I think the weather was not ideal. It was really too hot for Matt.
yeah, for sure.
It was a tough city to make friends in, even though we lived there for 10 years. It took us a long time to make friends. I'm not sure we ever really felt like we never thought that was our permanent home.
I think it not being a destination city, most of the people we interacted with were all from St. Louis, and so they're hanging out with people they grew up with and went to high school with.
Yeah, which some people say is the case about the Twin Cities, but
We didn't find it to be
Matt
the
has
case.
not been.
honestly, we've also heard it louder.
Yeah.
We've heard that from people on the pod that are like, that's not been what they've experienced.
Yeah, our social schedule is 100% packed. There's no room for new friends.
I'm glad to hear that. I was just talking about that this morning. Same thing.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, if you look at Reddit, that's a pretty common, complaint.
And I was just talking to you the other day about how Minnesota is supposedly one of the like stickiest states. People that are from here, even if they move away, they end up back.
Yeah. Oh, so St. Louis has that rep.
Yeah.
There's so many transplants here. It's not hard to find
Other people
those people who are looking for friends. And we've even made friends with native Minnesotans, which I feel like is the second level. So really want to get some of those folks to start inviting us to their cabins, because I think that's the ultimate experience.
Yeah.
Well, people, if we didn't know you were and not from here, we'd be none the wiser.
That's true.
I think it may be that we kind of live in the age of loneliness, and people are conflating location with general. It is a lonely time to be a person. Like,
And it's at a certain age, it's harder to make friends. But you don't just like inherit friends because you start school somewhere,
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember also, just while it's on top of mind, I remember y'all telling me this and asking about it here, that St. Louis has like a city tax for living in the city.
Sure, yeah. If you ever work in the city, there's a 1%
1%.
tax.
Yeah.
Work?
Live
So it's people who live in the county but work in the city.
Huh.
Like the city's like, we got to get ours here.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
But it goes back to those
Talking about
challenges.
disincentivizing.
Yeah. This goes back to the challenges between the city and the county. Like the county is sort of the city has sort of depopulated to go to the county, which has left the infrastructure in the city not as supported as it otherwise could be. It sort of goes back to what Matt was saying about sort of politically sort of a troubled.
Is St. Louis one of those cities where the city itself is in like St. Louis County, somewhere like Los Angeles?
St. Louis City is its own county. So St. Louis City is a county, which is confusing.
St. Louis City County.
Yeah. It's like Los Angeles County.
It's also why
A
St.
lot of
Louis
cities are like that, I think.
Like if you look at like crime statistics, St. Louis looks hyper dangerous based on these statistics, but it's because of the way that it's divvied up.
Yeah.
Like there's else leaving, not included. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Was there anything in particular that you were nervous about Minnesota? Maybe even before the first trip you did here, or yeah.
I mean, there's always like, I think the big question is like winters, right? Like,
Of course. Fair.
can we do it?
It does seem.
But like, we're both hobby people. Like indoor like tons of indoor hobbies.
Indoor kids.
And I think one of the things that appealed to us when we came to visit here is like, this is a hobby town. Like, this is a town packed with hobbies and hobbies that I share, or that we both share. And that'll get us through. And then also winter, it was totally fine.
It was also different than we expected. I think we expected to spend a lot of time inside doing our inside hobbies, but we didn't do that. There's a real embrace of the winter as a sort of fun thing that only lasts for a certain amount of time. And there's certain activities you can only do in the winter. Those things are special. And it's great to embrace those things and be out. If you have the proper gear and the right attitude, it's actually really fun. I thought it was a really fun winter, and I was surprised at how easy it felt to me.
It's not bad. We're well equipped for them here too.
Totally. And like fully hooked in on sauna culture. Like, I'm ready to get to. Looking forward to
Nice.
getting cold again.
I want to put one in my backyard.
Yeah, 100%.
We do too. Yeah. We did the cold plunge thing.
Oh yeah. Did you? It's on a camp. They cut a hole in the lake.
Over in Tonka?
Oh yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
Can't remember.
There's one in Cedar.
Well, we went to that one.
Sauna.
To the sauna. It was like negative 10 that day. It was amazing to be in the sauna and then stand outside just steaming in the cold air.
Yeah.
And the people walking by think it is incredibly interesting because you're standing in your bathing suit.
It is quite a sight. And then you're bundled up.
Yeah.
What the heck? Yeah.
Did they have those like drum shaped ones?
Yeah. The trailer basically.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like right in the parking lot for Cedar Lake, and there's often a hole cut in the lake right there too.
Yeah, so you can bucket of water on your.
Yeah. Get after it.
Sauna camp has a hole where you get in the lake. We did that too. That was intense.
That was wild.
It's like akin to the polar plunge almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lose control of your breathing and heart rate.
That's a crazy feeling. Like my body is not allowing me to just do the thing it normally does. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. So okay, I guess we're kind of going back and forth, but it's our fault. So when you decided to move here, about when did you decide to call it Twin Cities?
I think we basically wanted to move prior to the election, which put a good hard timeline on it for us. And then I started researching neighborhoods, watching videos, which is how I found y'all's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And then watched a ton of those neighborhood breakdowns to kind of get a rough idea of the city.
Yeah.
I don't remember when that was though.
It
August of 23, because we moved in May of 24.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe it was in spring, because we got on it early. So we talked to you in spring.
Yeah.
And you talked to me for an hour. It was great. And basically gave us a plan to do a scouting trip. And then in the fall, we came in for a scouting trip and drove.
2023?
Yes.
Still?
Fall 2023. It must have been September.
Yeah.
And we drove up because we wanted to have the car to have the flexibility to
Totally
take ourselves around for several days.
It's been 22. Because we bought it in 23. Right?
No, because it's...
No,
it's 2024. You're right.
We went in a little earlier.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how it snowed in the third week of March.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we must have been picking neighborhoods by September. And then I think we... at that point, what did we do?
We met up with the one couple we knew who lived here, and they were living in Longfellow.
That's true.
So we went and got breakfast with them at Turtle Bread, and then just walked around Longfellow, and we're kind of this is it. This is what we're looking for.
Yeah. Just right away. Yeah. A bullseye. Okay. Very cool. And so 23.
I think Hamlin Midway was our backup.
Yeah.
We looked there too.
That's fair.
When you guys were here, did we go look at stuff? I can't recall if we did a little recon scouting the actual houses or if you were.
We did not.
Okay. Yeah. I think it was more, you had a pretty the short list was quite short.
Yeah.
We narrowed it down basically to make it quite short. And so, yeah, it was more just let's explore. And you weren't then actually looking until spring of 2024?
We weren't officially looking. It's so hard not to get on the sites and look to see what's out there when you know that there's a plan in place. But officially, we knew we were going to put the house on the market in the spring. We didn't want to move in the dead of winter.
And I think you started doing remote viewings for us in February.
Yeah.
It was February,
Yeah.
which for us, we didn't think of that much. It's starting to get warmer already.
Which we tell people, February is the start of spring market largely.
Yeah.
Good old Super Bowl. Yeah.
Which, this year it was even Even sooner.
It was like mid-January.
Yeah, it was like, what is happening?
I was out of town. I was like, why? Why is this happening?
Yeah. Did you consider other places in the cities other than Hamlin, Midway, and Longfellow?
We definitely looked at places, but I think after our scouting trip, like within our price range, within the neighborhoods that the type of neighborhood.
Yeah, you guys wanted more of an urban lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and price for sure makes sense between those two.
I think Mac Groveland was like, if we could find a cheap place in Mac Groveland.
Which we did not.
We didn't, but that's okay.
They exist, but they're usually a bit of a handful.
It's nice to have the dream neighborhood on your list, like just in case it pops up.
Yeah. I definitely, at some point, I remember looking for pedestrian-friendly areas of Minneapolis, and Milwaukee Avenue popped up, and I was reading all about Milwaukee Avenue and like watching. I was like, "That's cool. I don't want to live in a historic home again." So it's cool to know that's there. But it was total coincidence that we ended up.
Because you guys came from like a twin home, effectively, if I recall.
Yeah, it was like a
Independently
Victorian
duplex.
Family. It had been a 4-family, turned into a 2-family.
Yep.
Up, down, duplex. It was a side by side, wasn't it?
Side by side.
side by side.
Yeah.
It was a 4, and then they converted them into 2 up down.
Yeah, or 2. I remember that.
A side by side, the
An old brick home,
yeah.
which was beautiful. I mean, we loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ironically, our new house, which I don't mean to jump ahead, but it's actually like very cozy in the winter. Our heating bills were actually lower because it's so well insulated for the whole winter.
Yeah, their home was built the same as mine. It's a 79, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's an old stab lock.
I grew up in it has a stab lock?
It did.
It did? Okay. Yeah.
It no longer dog.
Yeah. First thing we did.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
It's funny.
For those that don't know, stab locks are old electrical panels that
All right, he did.
infamously just failed.
They're a fire waiting to happen.
Yeah,
they are.
Federal Pacific is no longer in business.
Yeah. If you see the word stab lock on it.
It's kind of interesting that they're so close to me, too, and it's another 70s build. So I wonder if there were still some lots at General vicinity.
I wonder if it was the same builder or something.
He lives in the neighborhood. He's actually stopped by.
He's stopped by our house and told us. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's great. Weed.
I was also really open. The Hiawatha, Cooper, just everything along that strip.
Yeah.
It has a really iconic, like, the look of it is so charming. All the houses, and there's these little sort of 1.5 story houses and smart colors, and and the yards are so beautiful. Like, you can tell how much the people really care about their neighborhood. And I love seeing the wildflowers everywhere. I feel like there's a lot of wild yards, which I really like. I think just a bunch of plain grass is very soulless, kind of sad.
Yeah. No striped lawns in Minneapolis.
No.
That'd be a rare sight.
Yeah.
And it just, all of the streets looked like that. I sort of momentarily had my heart set on having one of those like 1.5 story houses. And the one we have is much better. I'm glad that we ended up with it, but they're all so cute, all in a row.
Yeah, and you can look at them when you walk by now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're part of your view. Okay. Did how long did the process take you to find the house?
Well, I feel like we started looking in February. We probably viewed like 6 or 7.
Yeah, it wasn't many.
It wasn't that many. We put in offers on like 2.
Yeah.
At least one, I can't remember.
Because we came out, it was in March that we were here for the inspection.
Yeah, it was the 23rd, I remember.
Yeah.
It snowed.
I'm glad you remember.
I do. Because when we saw it the first time, it had been kind of dry as far as winters go. And then Matt flew up. I swooped you from the airport, I remember, for the inspection. And I was like, hey, there's snow now. Sorry.
The guy had Chucks on.
This is the day of our inspection. Jeff was like, hey, sorry, can't get in the room.
Sure.
Yeah. But
Matt wasn't anything prepared for a heavy wet snowfall.
we made it work.
Yeah.
It was very convenient. You were in and out that day.
I know.
I mean, you maybe were here
out.
for 4 hours, if that.
The turnaround for inspection period, I remember, it was shorter than we had been used to. So Matt and the only one able to get away.
Well, the offer situation, I remember being unique because they had not wanted escalations. And then we ended up playing the classic telephone. And it's like, well,
This kind of is one.
Yeah.
you guys remember that?
Escalated.
You remember?
I remember very
100%.
They said they'll do this. Would you do this? It's like,
Yeah, we could have, what we could have done.
yeah, exactly.
We could have just included. Yeah,
I'm glad
that
it went
stuff
that
drives us crazy. But yeah, what do? You got to ask. Some people just they have these ideas in their head, and you kind of got to play it.
You do have to let those irritations go if you really want the property in question.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty quick, look. But I guess in fairness, you had a very focused search area.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not like there's that many listings showing up, especially at that time in the market. And so
Yeah, that was huge.
If something good comes along, something good, then you know it. So
I think making it happen before spring really got cooking was good.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it happened sooner than we both expected.
Yeah.
I think we thought it would take longer. So we put our St. Louis house on the market, I think, after we made the offer. Must have been just after.
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
I can't remember that.
Was the offer contingent?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's a hard one.
It is. And we were advised against it. And
It's tough to get that. I mean, we get it, but you have to play like a completely different game. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
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 It's just changed. The place that we bought in St. Louis, we bought on no contingencies. Like it was.
No inspection or anything. Yeah.
it was 2021? It was May of 2021.
Yeah.
It was a crazy time.
It really was wild. We put in at least 3 offers that year.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
Yeah. And I mean, that's not too bad. Yeah. But so when it came to the move, you found the house, you flew up, you did inspection in person. That's huge. I think, that's very nice. Not everybody does, but it's very nice to like step foot in the house.
100%. I don't know how confident I would have.
I didn't get to step foot in the house. So I put complete confidence in my sweetheart.
Yeah. You had a proxy,
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, so with the move, how did you actually like physically get your things here?
Yeah. We did a pod. Big pod.
Yeah.
Filled that up to the brim and shipped it up here. And then we got a moving truck.
Like a U-Haul kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Filled it to the brim.
Yeah.
And then we're lucky that we had some family available with an SUV.
Right.
Because so our plant people, so we had an SUV that was completely just plans.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a jungle on wheels.
Between the SUV, the pod, and the movie truck, I think we didn't break a single thing in the move, which was incredible.
Well done.
It felt like magic.
Yeah.
That is.
To unpack it and realize nothing was broken.
With the pod reel, did you drop that in your parking space or was that on the street?
It was on the street.
Okay, cool. So we get a lot of questions about
Any advice on the pod situation?
It was super smooth. Like we used like a service for the permits. There was like I think maybe Pod had recommended somebody. There was a third party service that we went through that went to the Minneapolis, set up the permits to have our pod on the street. Yeah. I think they were doing street cleaning in the middle of it, so luckily it got out of the way just in time.
Dang.
It doesn't hurt to watch a couple videos about how to pack a pod and methods for packing a pod and making sure that things can't flop over, because when you watch them deliver it, you'll see that it can teeter from side to side. And that's to say nothing of what's happening to it when you're not actively watching it.
For sure, yeah.
So you really need to buy ropes. And if you have furniture in there, they need to be fully secured, and you just need to be thoughtful about how you pack it. And it's really difficult to be thoughtful in the beginning because the pod seems enormous.
Yeah.
And you surely don't have that much stuff.
There's no way.
You have so much stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, from the very first layer in the back, you should be thinking so carefully about what you're putting in, because at the end, you're looking for crannies and you're just shoving things in frantically, trying to make them fit.
Yeah.
But on the whole, our experience was great.
That was good advice, yeah. And so how many...
And cheaper than I think cheaper than we anticipated. Like,
do you remember? Ballpark?
I think it was like maybe between 23 and 3 grand.
Okay.
And there are certain...
2,300 and 3 grand. Yeah.
If you can be flexible on delivery as well, that's helpful. Yeah. So we put the things in there that we knew we would not need instantly. So if they couldn't get it to us for 2 weeks, it was really...
Did you have movers on? No, you packed alone and you unpacked alone?
Yeah.
We packed with the help of dear friends.
Sure.
We unpacked with ourselves.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I think kind of the hack would be get movers on the one end, get movers on this end. At least get movers on this end. Because part of the beauty of the pod is how long you can pack it for.
Yes.
You know, so you can kind of like still live in the house a little bit and pack it. But unpacking is like, I'd like this to happen as quick as possible, you know? So
Sure.
that's cool though. I mean, that price is pretty good. We just heard of somebody doing kind of like the full package, you know, company who has, you know, they're on both ends, they're driving a semi, and that was like $9,000.
Yeah.
From St. Louis. Whoa. So, dang, pretty big difference.
Yeah, we priced that out, and I think pretty quickly realized, hey, we don't need that.
You said pods.com. Yeah, okay. Cool. So, okay, that's very helpful. And yeah, such a common question. And usually we're like, we think pods is the best. But yeah, it's nice to hear that, you know, it definitely best or among the highest value. Obviously, you could have just both driven U-Hauls.
Yeah. Well, and part of one of the things we did when we moved here is also sold a car. We went down to one car because the city is so easy to get around in.
Yeah, friendly for bikers, friendly for walking. I sort of love driving the U-Haul, to be honest. You feel really powerful. You think a feeling that like you could probably hit a car and not notice. Please don't do that.
Probably true though. Yeah.
No, you feel sort of powerful sitting up really high. You can't go more than 65 miles an hour. So
They got a governor on those things.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
think I think you're reaching the limit of what the engine can do if you've got a U-Haul completely packed full of your stuff.
Yeah. And I think they're like tuned down, you know. Yeah. But
That's fine.
yeah, cool. So okay, so then now you're here. You're officially residents for now a year and a third or something like that. Do you have a favorite part about living in, we'll say, in Minneapolis? Ooh, favorite.
Toughie.
It can be separate. You can both have different.
Sure. I think I know mine.
Good, you
I-
first.
In general, I'm a pretty introverted person, and I think the openness and friendliness of like everybody was a huge impact on me, and I love it.
That's awesome.
For the first couple months here, I thought I was doing something wrong. I would get to what I thought was the logical end of a conversation where we should be wrapping up and we're going to head separate ways, and we both kind of just keep standing there like we're just going to keep chatting.
Yeah.
Until, you know,
As one does.
someone
What are you
talking about. Yeah, exactly. And I really dig it.
Yeah, cool. That's very cool. You found yourself in a Minnesotan goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is sort of amorphous, but we have a dog, so we take him for walks every day. And just being outside, walking through the neighborhood is such a pleasant experience. The neighborhood is so cute. All the gardens are so beautiful. I literally think the sky here is just more beautiful. And I think a little bit less this year since we said it so much last year, but I think every day we took the dog for a walk last year, we said to ourselves, like we said to one another, it's like, isn't it beautiful out today? It's so beautiful. The whole summer and fall was so beautiful. The winter has things to appreciate too, but
Yeah. South Minneapolis is just the tree-lined streets. Yeah. The wild yards.
so it's kind of just the daily walk with the dog and appreciating the small things.
I mean, I'm a pretty big believer that like neighborhood is uniquely important because it's where you spend so much of your time, you know. And yeah, even like the drive into your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, I've come to appreciate those where, yeah, you're like, oh, I get to be here every day. Other places you're, you know, much more industrial or whatever, you know, and yeah, I like that.
I told Nick I wanted coffee within walking distance, and he delivered.
Sweet. What's the closest?
The closest is Seward Cafe.
That's
But
true.
more often we go to Code Blue, which is over there next to Zips.
Oh yeah, sure.
It says that cool neon sign.
Yeah.
Is that the liquor store over here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Marvel's selection of Minnesota breweries.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Not very cool.
They're all over south, up and down the lovable sweet potato shaped Longfellow area. Yeah. That's good.
Cool. Do you have a least favorite part about Minnesota?
This is good.
Yeah.
My least favorite part is not Minnesota specific, but we left a very good rate for our mortgage, and we got a rate that was the best that was available at the time, but it is significantly more.
Yeah.
I still think it was worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But that was hard.
Yeah, sure. That can be tough to let go.
I think maybe I wish it was a little cooler in the summer. Like it's still a little too hot for me, but yeah, I can live with that.
That's fair. Yeah. It does. I mean, it reaches the extremes for sure.
Yeah. But it's only for like a day at a time instead of like 3 weeks in a row.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, we've had a few hot days. It's funny you were saying it's been hot so far this summer, and I was like, I think we had some 50s in June this year, didn't we?
But we had a really rainy June, yeah.
But I just remember the hot ones.
Yeah.
The 90s.
But they're proper, steamers, you know?
I like it.
Yeah.
We have really distinct seasons. We've got I think a reasonably hot summer without being torturous. We've got a really nice fall. We have a really cold winter, and then in the spring, there's so much to look forward to.
Yeah. I agree. Big fan.
Is St. Louis a little bit more like even keel?
So hot.
It is. It's really hot.
Maybe like winter and then hot.
Yeah. Winters are mostly wet.
Rainy.
Yeah.
Not
cold and wet. Summers are hot and wet.
okay. Yeah.
There are some nice weeks. There are nice weeks in the spring and fall.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Yeah.
You really have to grasp onto the nice days in the spring and fall and appreciate them while they're there, because the punishment
That week and a half is
coming.
fantastic.
Yeah. A week and a half of having. That's cool. Okay, so we have this new sort of segment. It doesn't really have a name, but it's basically just trying to compare the two places.
Yeah.
In sort of a bunch of different categories. You can make it kind of as like quick fire as you want. And some of them we even talked about. We basically just compared weather. But let's start with that. How would you say, what's the biggest differences between the weather between St. Louis and the Twin Cities?
Real seasons.
Yeah.
And all of them enjoyable in one way.
Yes. Cool. That's a really good answer, actually, yeah.
I would say St. Louis has 2 seasons that are tough. It's got the cold, rainy winter. It's got a really hot summer, and the 2 seasons that are nice. I feel like Minneapolis has 3 seasons that are nice and 1 season that can be a little challenging. So you've got a really cold winter, and the rest of it's pretty good.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool. How about, okay, you mentioned this, meeting people. I'm curious how, not just it's better here. You kind of already said that, but how does it differ?
Yeah, I'm happy to share our strategies for that too. Because it was effective. Yeah, I know, we did it.
We put out a call to our friends and told them where we were going, and told them that if they knew anyone in Twin Cities to let us know, so that you start with friends of friends. That's really where you want to start, because those people are obligated to be nice to you when you're first settling in. What did we do after that? Oh, we did.
We'll compare first.
Oh, yeah, compare. St. Louis, when we first moved, I still knew a few people from when I had gone to college there. So we started with them. It just took a very long time to make friends at the place that I worked, and to make friends that weren't connected with existing friends, and which were not connected with my job. It took 5 or 6 years.
Time to find a friend base.
And some of it we just got lucky, because our dear friend made new friends, and then they became our friends. So nice. It didn't feel like I made no new friends that weren't connected with my job or existing friends.
I felt like we never really knew our neighbors in general in St. Louis, and then here,
interesting,
we know all of our neighbors by name. Very cool.
We hang out.
Yeah.
And in their homes.
Yeah. And I will say, Seward, Longfellow, those strike me. I've never lived. Have I? No, I don't. I've never lived there personally. They strike me as very neighborhoody neighborhood.
Yeah.
Tight knit kind of.
100%.
Okay. There. Very cool.
I just got something in the mail the other day for a neighborhood, get together.
That's true.
Over in Corcoran.
Yeah, I just signed a petition. You need half the block to agree to one.
Whoa.
Paul was there.
Seward can be a little spicy, and I think also everyone's watching each other's back a little bit too.
Yeah. That's makes sense.
Okay. Our neighborhood association is having their 50th anniversary celebration district for the Seward district. Yeah,
they are ours of the Milwaukee district.
Yeah, that's very cool. Aside from the here or there or whatever they were calling this thing, describe the Milwaukee district.
Yeah, so it was a neighborhood constructed in 1880s and by the Scandinavian workers who were building the city, basically. Over the 20th century, it fell kind of heavily into disrepair. A lot of the houses were changed and modified from that Victorian style to, building in the porches, stripping out all the ornamental elements. So in the 70s, there was a huge organized movement from the residents there to get it designated as a historic district and have all the homes restored back into their Victorian state. And I was just looking through the photographs of it, and it's incredible. Like stripping these houses to the bone and lifting them up, and like finishing the basements, dropping them back on.
And as part of that, it took out the street.
Right.
It took out a street that had been for automobiles between the 2 rows of historic homes, and it replaced them with a boulevard that's pedestrian only.
Yeah.
So the street is gorgeous.
Super interesting for just that alone is like its only spot really that exists. But then obviously the houses are very cool.
Yes.
To boot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're surprisingly little. I mean, they're Victorian, so
Yeah, but they're like worker cottage,
yellow
Victorian.
yellow brick. Yeah, aesthetics.
And while the exteriors, some of those are original still. Some people have like really updated the interiors to be.
Yeah, some of them are very modern, contemporary.
Makes sense, yeah. Sweet. Okay. Back to here or there. Okay. To the best of your, I don't know how scientific it is. Cost of living, not counting interest rate being double.
I think about it a lot because technically I think Minneapolis is supposed to have a higher cost of living, but where we live and like the type of house we have, I think it's lower. I think
Really?
we have 1 car, so like that's half automotive expenses.
Sure.
I think our electric is lower in the summer. Our heating is lower in the winter.
Walking more and biking more, so we even aren't driving as many places as we used to. It might be slightly higher. I don't feel that.
Our services are cheaper. Our internet is dirt cheap, like U.S. internet.
Oh, yeah.
Super fast, super cheap.
Yeah. It's like the first fiber in Minneapolis. And
I just switched to them recently.
nice.
Yeah, they got quantum fiber over there too, I think.
Yeah.
I do.
People advertise for that.
So many internet providers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's part of the services from our neighborhood association. And I know that neighborhood associations get sort of a bad rap.
We have,
Fine.
we
Ours
do
is
have
great.
a good one, the HOA.
Sweet. I mean, not many places in Minneapolis have an HOA,
Yeah.
Single family homes in general have them way less.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's privately volunteer run by residents too, who's no.
Are there any dues?
Yeah. But they're totally reasonable. I want to.
And it gives us off-street parking.
Yeah.
Which
so
is a nice
being
benefit.
the fact that there's no drive-through street, there's no alleys. So there's no garages or.
Yeah.
So we all have dedicated.
Communal waste areas, I remember.
Yes.
Where you've got bins and stuff.
And compost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's not a standard in most cities. I love our compost bin.
Like I said, that's more commentary on, kind of like a 1970s sort of like, historic district in Seward. Of course, there's compost.
Yeah, totally.
There's compost at the restaurants around there, So, cool. You got any?
Job market? I can't recall. Did you guys both transfer your jobs here? Okay. That one's out.
Yep.
How about, and I know we've already kind of touched on this in general. I'm going to lump these two in together. General walkability, bikeability, and specifically as it relates to green spaces, parks, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, off the charts. It's at least coming from the cities that we've lived in before. It's like Chicago probably being the most bikeable
Yes.
of the other places, but I think Minneapolis is.
I don't think even the most optimistic person would think St. Louis is a bikeable city.
Yeah.
I think most of the streets would be actively trying to kill you if they really were biking around. St. Louis does have beautiful parks, but they weren't really very close to where we lived. So walking to them, we can only walk to, I think, maybe 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. And here we can walk to several.
And we can bike to the lakes.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, do you find yourselves over in the chain of lakes frequently? Nice.
Yeah.
I really love the bike and walking path along the river. St. Louis is also a river city, and it just seems like such a wasted opportunity to not have that green space alongside the river for people to walk and bike. We go over there.
The West River Parkway.
Yeah. I mean, even just driving it is like.
Have y'all brought the stop over to the Franklin Terrace Dog Park by chance or no?
He's not that kind of dog.
Yeah. It was just like Finn.
Yeah.
A yard dog.
Yeah.
It's right there, though. I used to bring him there when he was a puppy. I was just curious. Yeah.
I would go and visit the dog.
Totally.
Yeah. You could walk there probably 10, 15 minutes.
It is kind of a dog town, too. And because it's such a nice place to walk around, I think people have dogs because it's enjoyable to be outside with your dog.
Yeah, Minnesota's up there with dogs per capita, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Most of the brew pubs you can bring your dog in too, which is great. So I can just walk around petting dogs.
Patios, as they say.
Yeah. How about, so you kind of mentioned this before we even started this, but like the city aesthetics.
Yeah.
Any thought on like how they compare? I haven't been to St. Louis in a long time, so.
Got the arch.
Yeah.
So I had started talking before about St. Paul. Like St. Louis looks like what if you let St. Paul fall into disrepair. It's a Midwestern brewing city on the Mississippi. Like lots of brick.
A brick city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Minneapolis compared?
It's rare that we're anywhere in town. I'm like, this looks like St. Louis.
Yeah, they're just so different looking. The parts of St. Louis where we lived is lots of sort of tall, narrow, almost row houses, but not in a
like Second Empire French inspired.
And I have to admit, we didn't really go downtown that much. Now we sort of pop in and out.
Yeah, downtown's kind of a dead zone in St. Louis.
Well, that says a bit.
And then the county is very sort of typical residential suburbs.
Okay.
Big boxes.
Yeah.
At least where we live, the streets have fewer lanes for cars, and part of it is because there is often a dedicated bike lane, which is really nice.
There definitely are. You guys
so
on that.
it does feel like a city built for humans and not a city built for cars, where you have to get into a car to go somewhere, and then you park your car, and then you go into a building, come back to your car.
Yeah. Which I feel like might be very atypical as to what a lot of people think of Minneapolis. I'm sure y'all have seen quite a few people cruising around on fat tires in the winter.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
People do it, especially with the local grocers.
Really dedicated.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Dedication.
For sure.
Okay. I don't know if any of these are, you kind of mentioned cleanliness. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Big difference?
That was one of my biggest problems with St. Louis. Was like, it really bummed me out, like how dirty.
Yeah.
Just from like litter. Like,
Yeah. Bummed out is a good way of putting it. Yeah. They're just like, dang it.
yeah. It wasn't dangerous. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yeah.
Gross.
And we live closest to a major thoroughfare, so we still see trash, but we also see our neighbors actively outside picking up trash.
Yeah.
Which is great. So if there's trash, then someone will spot it and say they don't want this by their house.
Yeah.
And they'll go and take care of it. So I feel like
Love that.
the collective care of the neighborhood is really.
It feels like we're living in a real community, which I don't think I have felt in any of the cities I've lived in, except for here.
Whoa.
That's pretty crazy, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's specific to Seward or...
I mean, yeah, there might be a little bit more emphasis on it in Seward than some other places, but I'm in Highland, and I haven't felt this kind of crazy level of community. Yeah, we're just like, I have like a sheet of everybody's numbers and emails. So I'm like, what the heck? I haven't had that since I was a kid. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Of suburbia sometimes, I feel like, when you think of that stuff.
Yeah, like that feels like a suburban sort of thing. Yeah, it feels like something from the 90s to me, but yeah, it's crazy.
This one will be interesting. Talk to us about the food scene and the differences. What are some of your favorite local spots now that you've been here for a bit?
I mean, I think I keep talking. Oh, I don't want to talk over you.
I'm happy for you to talk because it gives me time to consider more carefully.
We don't have to check so we're both vegetarian. That affects a lot of the food scene, but we don't have to check menus before we get there. We can pretty much rest assured that there's going to be vegetarian and vegan options on the menu.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to knock St. Louis's tradition of being a brewery town, but the breweries up here are incredible. Okay. And there's so many that we have visited and we love them, so we keep going back, which also means we're not visiting necessarily even all of them. We've been here for over a year and we still have so many that we need to go to, but then they all have something different to offer. So like Surly has that huge compound with great pizza and incredible beer and kind of a certain vibe, and then you can go over to Prize and you get a view of the river and be outside. And we went there for Oktoberfest. It was so fun. It was a gorgeous day in October. The sun was shining. There was someone playing their accordion. Yeah, it was great.
That lot that they have is huge.
Yeah,
absolutely massive.
They've filled that up with saunas too.
When you guys mentioned Arbiter, more of a little small spot that's newer over off of Minnehaha.
And the food trucks that have been over there are pretty great.
I like Sisyphus a lot. If you look like a little cozy joint.
That's over by Dunwoody, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
By the sculpture garden.
Yeah.
St. Louis does like punch above its weight, I think, for food in general, but we haven't felt a lack of anything here.
Absolute favorite, I think, is Francis Burger.
Yeah.
Which they just opened one in
East Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is crazy for like the vegan world. It's nuts. Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys ever go down to Curry in a Hurry down the road?
I have been there before. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Had a mango,
There's so much.
mango lassi.
Hilo Diner is hard to be disappointed.
Himalayan.
Oh yeah, Himalayan.
Himalayan.
Cool. That's kind of tucked over in the neighborhoods, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's like a little corner joint.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on Lake. Okay, I'm thinking
But not the
Outdoor?
not the part of lake where everyone's always walking around.
yeah,
A little bit further.
further east.
Okay. How about is there like when I think of St. Louis, I tend to think about a couple sports teams, and I tend to think a decent sort of like art scene, but I don't know, access to those things, to entertainment, to arts, to sports.
And sports is probably St. Louis's biggest thing.
It's funny. It's like when
Like they go nuts for it. Yeah.
They've had both good and bad luck with teams.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
not
an
terribly
NFL
for
team
you
at the moment.
in the end. But I have to say, we had some friends in town in the fall. They're Michigan people, so they came in for the Detroit game.
Yeah.
And we walked over to the stadium, down a dedicated bike lane, so we didn't have to walk on any traffic, which is amazing. And the vibe was so fun.
Oh yeah, going around like checking out all of the tailgating like pregame.
Did you walk on the theater, or how'd you get over there?
We went up there's a bike path that follows the metro line.
Okay.
We just biked.
Oh yeah,
Straight to the stadium.
off Hiawatha, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so the Vikings fans were all done up in their gear, but sort of gently ribbing, but joyfully, like to the Detroit people, which was really fun. And like the vibe was great.
Yeah.
Minnesota nice fan base.
Yeah, you hear about other places being like, oh, like the Eagles. It's like I would
Hiking, chucking beers at the teen bus.
We had taken them around, so we had taken them to Minnehaha Falls and a couple of other places, and the Detroit people could see each other.
Oh yeah.
across.
Lions fans were calling each other out, and the Vikings fans were calling them out. Yeah,
Because they're all wearing their gear.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's cool.
That was a really fun weekend.
I really want to go see a football game, a soccer game.
Yeah.
We have not done that yet.
We have some people who are from St. Louis who are huge St. Louis football, soccer fans.
They're diehard Blues fans too.
Yeah, truly like the most diehard. They still have season tickets to the soccer team, the United or whatever.
Yeah. City.
Yeah, City. Yeah.
I mean, they had an incredible season.
Yeah.
Their opening season.
Yeah, they live here and they still have season tickets to there. But yeah, that I guess I have not been to that place yet either, and to Allianz Field. Yeah, and I want to go, man.
And in terms of like
Team outing.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
like art and culture, we've gone to see more shows in the last, like 6 months than we had been to see in the previous couple of years.
It's incredible. I feel like every month.
To like the Armory.
Yeah.
Did you see anything? Yeah, I have to go to the.
We went to see Justice at the Armory.
It was
incredible.
Maybe the best show I've ever seen in my life.
That's now the premier music venue in the Twin Cities. I hear
This is cavernous when you go
smaller, but it's set up for music.
It's huge.
Just a lot of the big acts go to like Excel and US Bank.
Yeah, but they're Excel, but
they're
huge for
also just like the convenience of it. They have bars that run the full length, staffed by like 40 bartenders, and the bathrooms are the same way. They're like off the sides, run the full length. It was
sweet,
impressive.
Yeah, it's a very cool venue. But yeah, huge.
Have you made it to any of the local theaters over in South Minneapolis? The movie theaters?
Oh yes, absolutely. We've been to Riverview.
Yeah, there you go.
And
we love all the local theaters.
The Maine Cinema, the St. Anthony Maine.
Oh yeah,
theater. It's probably where we go the most.
There's one over in Hale, isn't there? I'm thinking of.
Riverview.
There's another one I thought.
There's the Grandview.
I may be thinking
Trilon, which is like the little bitty, like 30-seater.
Yeah, I was gonna go see A New Hope with the Man That's Bias there, and I wasn't able to make it.
Maybe Trilon?
I don't know.
There's the one off Chicago.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of.
I know what you're talking about.
Parkway, Peter? Yeah. Anyway, there's one up 48th in Chicago or whatever.
Which is up down by in Hale, I think, isn't it? No,
That's like yeah, maybe
down in Lake-ish.
Field or Hale. Yeah.
And I think,
anyway,
didn't realize until we got here that it's such a theater town in the sense of plays.
Yeah.
So the Playwright Center is basically right across the street, and they're moving now. But it's been fun to have it right there, and Matt and I have both been.
You got to go to the Guthrie eventually.
We do have that. We do have that on our list.
Christmas Carol never gets old.
They do it every year.
I think so. My family might go.
I think they do, yeah.
Yeah, they do like different iterations of it too. I think they've switched to one that's a little bit more of like a modern interpretation. It's always great. I love it over there.
Playing on Christmas Carol one year.
Well, before we get too far from food, it just occurred to me, like, we've eaten more ice cream in the last year than I have in like the last decade.
That's absolutely true.
I don't know.
Incredible ice cream in this city.
Yeah.
Have you been to Granite Creamery down by Lake Nokomis?
Yeah.
We had to.
Right by the Lunds and Byerly's, the new apartment building. See,
Yeah. I mean, you also live right by Seward, right? Creamery.
So that one's it's no longer in operation.
But the building has been sold to, and I can't remember his name, the sous chef, the person who runs Owamni.
Yes.
And they're going to be opening, we heard, they're opening a new restaurant
Very cool.
in that same location.
Great.
I'm kind of a Baby Zito's stan at this point.
For ice cream.
Where is that one?
There's a bunch.
There's two. There's at least two.
Yeah, there's one. Do you know where Baba's is? Yeah, restaurant. It's right over there by Baba's.
Okay. Off Lindale?
Yes.
Yeah. Lindale's,
Right.
Yeah.
And there's one just over the river from us in. It's like one of those little like food halls.
Okay. Sweet.
cool.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay. Traffic.
We were talking about traffic on the way over. The closure of 94 has been a little bit troubling, but we are lucky enough to work from home, so we actually don't have to battle traffic every single day. St. Louis is kind of a 20-minute town. It's 20 minutes to get basically everywhere. It sort of depends on where you're going, but
We hear that
mostly 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel...
With the exception of the road work. Like, that's the only thing that's, I think that's the only thing that's slowing it down at the moment.
It is interesting that, summer is the worst traffic here. A lot of people think it would be winter.
Yeah.
And it's
Winter and then construction, the 2 seasons.
For being concerned about the winter, like, the roads are not a concern. It is incredible the way
Last
they
about that, the Minneapolis Public Works in general,
Yeah.
solid.
And the pamphlet you get at the beginning of the year telling you how the parking works during a snow emergency can feel alarming, but it feels surprisingly natural when it's actually happening. And it goes back to neighbors helping each other and reminding each other not to park.
Yeah, they highlight the sides of the street.
Yes.
Same thing with waste and recycling. They send one out every year and compost, how to sort it.
And I get very thoughtful.
I do too. I love it.
So I don't think the traffic is that much worse. I
think we're also, like, our standards are also probably set by Chicago and Atlanta, which have notoriously bad.
We've experienced some of the quote-unquote cabin traffic. So on a Friday afternoon, it's not a great idea to try to head north out of the city for any purpose. So I would just reschedule those trips for a different time.
Cabin traffic is a real thing this summer, especially on 94 up in Rogers.
Yeah.
It's always the spot.
94, yeah. Or, where 35 E and W merge. It also gets pretty gnarly at times. Okay. Public transportation? Are you familiar?
Yeah, I mean, I've taken the metro, the light rail.
You're pretty close to.
Yeah.
Reasonably close to.
We can walk and bike. I don't know, 70% of the places we want to go to, and then we have a car.
Yeah,
So we haven't done it a ton, unless like an event. We would probably, but even if there's an event, we usually bike.
You're so close.
Stay fair.
Yeah. You bike to the fair? That's awesome. But
really,
bad bike.
I really feel like you've earned the view then, like when you get there.
Yeah, true. And the bike home, though, is kind of like...
The city is so flat. It's flat enough that even a long bike ride's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
And the fair just came out with their list of new fair foods. And there's a couple things on there that look very good.
So yeah, got to try that.
That's always fun, yeah.
The duck wontons, if you never had, or well, you wouldn't have duck wontons, I guess.
I guess sniff there.
Yeah, there you go.
They've got good beer, flavored beer.
Okay, I think we're good on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've covered most of everything else that we would have on that. So we're gonna move over to a thought experiment.
Okay.
And I'm very curious to hear your perspective on this. Okay, hypothetical. Clearly, you have two choices. One is you can take your current home and move it to anywhere in the metro, so the house, or you can put your dream home on your current lot. What would you do? You can also have different answers. Almost everybody does.
I'm really curious. Let's see.
I'm going dream home current lot.
Oh, I was going to do the opposite.
Whoa.
So I don't have the neighborhood picked out, but I feel like
That's fair.
And I think that part of me, we've been looking at...
Yeah.
Tough to beat.
Yeah, if it's dream lot,
Yeah.
I blame an Instagram account that posts these beautiful like mid-century houses all the time. So I've been looking at those, but I think a really like gorgeous mid-century would be great.
That's fair.
Right there. Maybe a little higher than what we have, like a little more space.
Yeah.
But I love the walkability of where we are. When 94 is functioning properly, we can get places very, very quickly. That's true. And yet we've got food. We're close to people that I know we really like.
On the scale of the two options, it's just like a feather's difference. It's going to push it one. Like I would be happy with either option.
But now I want to hear yours.
Oh,
just the opposite.
Yeah, but discuss. You don't know which neighborhood?
I don't, but probably near the lakes. I would say, like, if we could pick up our house and like stick it right over there.
CRLSD.
So then a different, that's kind of your answer, I guess, for this. A different thought experiment is you have to move somewhere else. Different house, different lot.
If it's not a dream scenario.
Let's say it's a dream scenario.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I know.
There's this street called Seabury that faces the river, and it's a row of these sort of gorgeous houses, some of which are architecturally really interesting. It's also very close to where we currently live.
It runs parallel to the River Parkway.
Yeah. It's almost like a frontage road.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's as close as you can get.
Yeah.
Over by Minnehaha Academy, probably.
And I would say actually just a little bit further south, there's like a whole bunch of those like ultra modern ones that are right there on the parkway.
Yeah. That's I'd take a drive from here to my house in Island a lot, and yeah, it's off.
There's some huge lots over there too, actually.
Huge lots, beautiful homes, yeah. Beautiful street, And then, with it being not directly on the parkway, slightly quieter, slower traffic than if it was directly on, Also pulling off, that would be really annoying. You're like literally your driveway was off the parkway.
Yes, that would be
jamming people up. Yeah, really bad.
But people also literally drive slower here.
Yeah.
I think the driving is literally more gentle in St. Louis. People drive slower. They drive nicer.
Yeah.
Here they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're pretty good at merging.
Really?
They're working on the zipper merge.
Yeah.
But
They are. Are they working on the
cities are good. Not that many cities are good at the zipper merge. I'll just let you in on a secret.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty bad at driving.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I think that's. Do you both agree on that, or is your answer generally?
No, I mean my idea was like basically just south of where she sits, so it seems like we're in the same boat, right on the river.
Very cool.
I could wave at you from my beautiful home on the river.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So then, this is also a new segment.
All right.
If you're going to try to make somebody fall in love with the Twin Cities,
Do you have theme songs to go with each of these?
and just me saying new segment.
Okay.
If you're going to try to make somebody fall in love with the Twin Cities, what would you have them do in like a weekend?
During a recon trip?
Yeah. Well, no, it would be they're just coming up here, just
We're their tour guides.
and you're like trying to get them to move here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like we've done it a little bit. Like when we've had friends come up and visit already. Honestly, like walking the neighborhood,
Yeah.
which is so simple, but like so pleasant.
Yeah.
We do almost always take people to Francis, not just because we love it. And then it's great to buy some local beers and have those around so that we can try. But taking them to a brewery, I think, would be really would be high on the list.
It's all the stuff that we do anyway. So like, go get some ice cream.
We are trying to woo our friends to come here.
Yeah.
And I think that, like you were saying, it's all the things we already do.
Totally.
But just
Killer bookstores.
taking them to the river and being like, look at this green space where we walk up and down along the river, and all the people are out and walking their dogs and smiling at each other as they walk past.
Yeah.
It's a really lovely experience. But I mean, of course, to take them to Minnehaha, I kind of feel like that's sort of a given.
That's a good one, though.
Because it showcases the natural beauty in the city.
The cultural enthusiasm for like being outdoors, I think, is really infectious. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's especially once spring comes.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
We wait long enough for it.
It's a hive of activity. But then I also love that in the winter, how many people are just out there doing it,
Yeah.
on a 20-degree day that's sunny. It's just like, yeah.
We did and in the evening too, we did the luminary loppet, which was really a fun experience.
Yeah.
So you're walking on this frozen lake at night, and there are these ice pillars with candles in them, and it feels sort of magical.
That's like the Isles, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had a couple of people do that, actually.
Yeah.
Also, didn't they not do it the year before?
It was because it wasn't thick.
Yeah, there was one year that
It
was
was a warm winter.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. Appreciate that. I don't know if that segment will stick, but we'll keep trying it. So I think we're going to move on to a little game that we call How Minnesotan Are You?
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
This will be good.
For the record, too Minnesotan isn't necessarily good, right? So the goal isn't to be the most Minnesotan, but it's still
A red flag coming in.
Yeah, it's not necessarily better. I'm gonna have you can start.
Have you been, I know we talked about it earlier, have you been to the State Fair multiple times in your first season yet?
No, we went once.
Okay. Have you ever been to the state fairgrounds for anything other than the fair?
Not yet, but I was bummed to learn that Memorial Day weekend has all the food vendors there and that you can go Memorial Day weekend and try the food without all the crowds of the fair.
Yeah.
So we will be doing that next year.
Definitely. That is a thing I feel like you learn after. You go, what? Be pussy. What? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Have you ever had a hot dish yet?
I ate something that was described as hot dish by the person who made it.
Yeah.
It did not seem to me to match what I would think of as a hot dish. I would not eat that same thing again.
I feel like we've made stuff that could be our own. We've made hot dish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
In the
Do you ever measure distance in time?
Is that a Minnesota thing?
Well, I think so. None of these things are. This is probably a disclaimer. None of these things are inherently only Minnesota,
All right.
except maybe a hot dish. But they do. Hot dish is one of them. But they do lend themselves to being more Minnesotan.
Okay.
I would say that I do that pretty frequently.
Yeah. Yeah. I think on the way here, how far is it? It's about
15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
Have you cursed at a pothole yet?
God, there's this one that I went past the other day that it swerved around it so fiercely. I literally think if I'd hit it, I'd still be there.
Yeah.
I think I was too surprised to cuss at it, but I would have.
I don't think I have.
I hit one up in Roseville about a month ago. I think I told you about that. I had to have some work done on my ball joint because
God dang.
Oh, you know what? Definitely on my bike. I had definitely hit a pot on my bike and slammed my teeth.
oh no.
At night, a pothole. Sure. Don't
see it coming.
Bad when you can see the crevasse and you can see the original bricks underneath.
There's some of those on 4th Street, isn't there?
Yeah, right around the.
We walked past them.
Yeah, we walked past a really good looking one, right? But
That's where the trolleys used to run.
Have you been up north yet?
we have.
Did, yeah.
Where'd you go up north?
We did a camping
you-
weekend in
me?
Two Harbors.
Beer. Oh, my dad living through.
What was the name of the park? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, or Gitchigami.
Gitchigami? Yeah.
Gitchigami is like what they called Lake Superior. But yeah, Gitchigami I think is the park.
We went to the camp
It's further south, yeah.
in early May.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. To me that's up north, but
Tettagooch.
Tettagooch. Okay.
What it was.
Which that's north of Two Harbors, more like Silver Bay.
Yeah.
You go to Palisade Head?
We did.
Yes.
It's the best.
We took the dog up there.
Sweet.
Yeah. Did a lot of hiking.
It's a beautiful spot.
It was.
Oh, we loved
We
it.
got pie twice.
Betty's Pies.
Betty's and Rustic Inn.
Did you stop at Castle Danger?
We had a Castle Danger beer at
Which one?
Oh no,
Was it the cream ale? I feel like everyone knows the cream ale.
I'm a sort of a Knox
cream.
person, so
No.
I probably chose a pale,
Okay.
so it was not the cream ale.
Beer and pretzels.
So you didn't go to the one in Two Harbors? The Castle Danger, okay.
I do love the name though. I'm drawn to it.
Yeah, there's a little area on the North Shore called Castle Danger. It's like a little tiny, there's like two little spots called Castle.
I've seen it.
We must have driven through. It's really charming to just drive through up there.
Yeah, beautiful. I had no idea what to expect from the lake, and it was incredible. Pretty way beyond expectations.
It's a freshwater ocean.
It 100% looks like the ocean.
And the rocky shore and the wind. I mean, it feels wild when you're there looking out.
It is gnarly. Yeah, it's dangerous too. The lake itself.
We didn't go swimming or anything.
Yeah, but
True up north.
yeah, I mean,
A lot of Minnesotans, when you say up north, they think of like the Whitefish Chain, Brainerd area, maybe up to like Walker, Detroit Lakes.
We are really excited to visit some of those places. So we have camping reservations in Bearhead Lake
okay.
in a month or so.
Sweet.
Pretty excited. And Voyagers, of course, is on our list. We would love to see the Northern Lights sometime, but
Yeah, sometimes you can see him down here. There's been some very unique. Yeah, you don't have to go too far out of the city to build. Yeah,
we missed the one. We missed the one a few months ago, but it was fun.
Nice little solar storm will get them down.
Yeah. But up north, it is cooler up north because it's just so dark, but cool. Have you been to Canada? Again, okay. Again, it's not inherently Minnesotan, but it speaks to it. Have you been in a boat of any sort in Minnesota?
Not yet.
Okay, canoe or kayak.
Yeah, we're going to be.
Yeah, along with our cabin friends, we need to make some boat friends.
We know we did. We made a boat friend at the sauna. Yeah. I'm owed a kayak trip.
Nice. Okay. Very cool.
The boat friend.
The boat friend is, yeah. Nick might be a boat friend soon.
We'll see.
He's got the look to look very good on a boat.
Miami's Nick on a boat.
You're gonna make me blush over here.
Nicky Miami.
Stop.
We've never said that on the channel.
Oh Lord. Have you ever scraped snow off your car with your bare hand?
Totally.
Nice.
How about a credit card or anything more bizarre?
I have
Bag of high water.
scraped ice off with a CD case. It is like surprisingly effective. I have not done that in Minnesota.
Okay.
Like a jewel case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfect for it, really.
Yeah.
And I loved coming. One of the things that we found when we moved here is an ice scraper that has a built-in mitten, which seems like overkill until you are scraping ice off and your hand sort of like gets frozen in the shape of the, right? So the built-in mitten, it's on the end of the ice scraper. Marvelous.
What?
It's not, because,
I've never seen.
I mean, you obviously could put a mitten on, but
I'm Minnesotan, are you?
Yeah.
Do you have a built-in mitten on the end of your ice scraper?
No, you let your hand freeze and almost, have your fingers fall off. That's also pretty Minnesotan thing to do. Have you said we need it when it's raining? Well, we need it.
I think it's kind of I think it's like a middle-aged white person thing because I definitely do that.
Okay, yeah.
Or at least at minimum, I talk about how the plants will enjoy what's happening.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
If I'm on the phone with my mom and it has rained, she will 100% of the time say that.
Oh yeah.
We've definitely been in garden mode this summer too. So I think every time it's rained, it's just
I think the first year we really nested a lot inside the house, and now we're sort of expanding outward in our project.
Nice new patio. Yeah, it was pretty dry in 2022 and 23. Yeah, up here as well.
Have you been to Svenninoli's?
no.
That is.
I don't know if I did.
Well, you were on the North Shore. You didn't go to Grand Marais.
No.
because that's a little bit further. I think it was another hour at least.
Well, you got to go there. What is it? Next time your trip up? Well, Svenninoli's is a pizza place, but we tell you got to go to Grand
You
Marais.
just said that to me.
You got to go to Grand Marais in general. It's awesome. And actually, in Grand Marais, it's like less legendary than Svenninoli's. Svenninoli's is sort of the Betty's Pies of Grand Marais.
Okay.
Although it's pizza, not pie. Pizza pie. Yeah, different kind of pie. But the Angry Trout is really good. And it's maybe not quite as vegetarian, but they have some stuff. So
I imagine once you get that far north, it's less common.
yeah, that's true. But they do have a co-op in Grand Marais. It's a big granola in a nice way.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, what do you got?
Have you said ope yet? Like,
Oh yeah.
I think I have.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
It's really nice.
yeah.
It's sort of
I've never heard something.
because when you think about certain colloquialisms, it's nice to hang on to those things when you go away because you find it's a useful word that fills a void in your vocabulary. So for that reason, I've retained y'all.
Oh yeah.
Y'all is a very good word. Is a gender neutral word. Is very inviting.
Yes.
And I like ope because it's not I'm sorry or excuse me. It's just
Yeah.
no, just
Which I'm sorry is such a Minnesotan thing. I don't know if that's Midwestern in general.
yeah.
that-
And you're super into Canadian.
an alert of proximity without being an apology, which is letting you know.
Yeah.
Scooting through.
Just
Right behind you.
yes.
Scooch.
That's it.
Have you said scooch?
Oh sure.
Okay. All right.
We have a dog.
Have you said skosh?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, just a skosh? Just a skosh. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I know that one.
I know that one. Have you ever called it pop?
No.
I don't think so.
Have you ever used the outdoors as a refrigerator?
Yes.
Gosh, so I made the real mistake in the winter, and my sister had brought me some alcoholic beverages. There weren't room for them in the fridge, so I put them on the back porch, which was a fantastic idea, except that then we hit a cold snap, and the back porch actually was too cold for them.
Yeah.
These alcoholic beverages in a can froze solid, and at some point in the spring, we started smelling something very sweet on the porch, and this really could not place what it was, and we realized that these like pineapple, mango, fun things were leaking all over the porch. So yes, we have. It's not a bad idea, but do it short term. You can't just forget about those things. It'll come back to bite you.
Yeah.
We kind of already joked about this, but you've partaken in a Minnesotan goodbye at this point.
Oh yeah, 100%.
kind of love it. I mean, you have to talk endlessly. So if we can just extend social hour infinitely, I would do that.
On a similar note, how many times will you cut something in half in a communal dish before just taking the last piece?
Such a good one.
I mean, in the same vein, like the last cookie will like sit on the plate for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would do that. I would like break it in half.
Yeah, I don't think that has sunken in yet. Like I am fine being the guy that takes the last one.
That's why.
Yeah, someone has to do it.
Someone don't
with
need
you.
to.
I feel like something that's similar to that too, that I don't know if it's uniquely Minnesotan, but like the 4-way stop stalemate, the you, no you, no you.
Okay, that actually really bugs me.
It really, yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. Minnesota standoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think with driving, we should be following rules. We have rules. We don't need politeness because we have a set of rules that we've all agreed.
Honestly, if I'm approaching one and I see someone that's going to get there, I roll through and I just get through.
Yeah.
Seriously, you know.
But sometimes
Somebody's got to do it, like the last cookie.
sometimes you meet your match. And there's and so does the other
I've
person.
yet to run into that, but
Yeah. That's true. You're less like
such a thing.
I'm going to tell a story of a moment when I was insanely petty, and this wasn't even here. This was in St. Louis, but I pulled up to a 4-way stop. There was already someone there, and they kept waving at me to go through. And just this day, I couldn't let it pass, and I didn't go, and they kept waving. And I think I waited for maybe a minute, and then I reversed away from the 4-way stop, and I turned around and drove away.
Oh, wow. I love
I
that.
just couldn't. That day, I just couldn't do it.
Principle.
Yeah.
It's maybe the pettiest thing I've ever done.
That's pretty funny though, actually.
It felt pretty good in the moment, although that feels really stupid now.
How do you pronounce what you would put your grocery into? A grocery.
It is a bag.
Okay.
I would also call it a bag.
Okay. How about with the shingles on top of your house?
I would call that a roof.
Yeah, roof.
Okay. Not a roof.
No.
Is that what it felt here, a roof? It's both.
Okay.
But for sure, it's a Minnesotan thing to say roof.
I feel like I split the difference sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. Yeah.
I think thinking about it makes it
Boat.
a challenge.
Bolt. Bolt.
Yeah.
Okay. Weed whip, weed eater, weed whacker.
Weed eater.
Yeah, leader.
Okay.
Yeah, weed whacker all day.
Oh,
I've heard weed whip. This
I'm a
is
weed
fun.
whip.
I never heard weed whip. I like it.
Or I call it the string trimmer sometimes.
What?
Yeah.
Ring trimmer?
I know I did the other day. You were like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, they're a weed eater.
It's like these guys call a miter saw a chop saw. I'm like, what is that? You know, it's a miter. It's a compound miter.
String trimmer.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's literally what it is.
I like weed whip though. It has a real
say-
intense sound to it.
I would err towards weed whacker 90% of the time because you're whacking the weeds, man.
Yeah. Very fun. Okay.
Hey, some up on the weed eater.
Have you ever sat in a giant Adirondack chair?
Ooh, a giant one?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You drove by some.
We
Yes,
did. We definitely
100%.
drove by at least one, but no, we have not.
Okay.
I enjoy things of novelty size.
They got some over at the new place. It's not Lola's anymore. Over on Biddy-Makaska, where Lola's burned down. Yeah, Westlake. Yeah, they got some more there, don't they? Yeah, right by. They're all over the joint. I sat in one.
Next time I see one.
Yeah, the most recent one I sat in was at Lining Kugel's over in Chippewa Falls.
Wow.
They got a bunch of them over there.
We have a Lining Kugels over there?
No,
That's where it
unfortunately they consolidate. They have since the Liney Lodge is still there, but their brewing operations are now consolidated in Milwaukee. They merged with, I want to say, Anheuser-Busch a ways back, and they're doing everything over in Milwaukee now.
Crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, we're in Minnesota, not Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Barely.
Have you been to a Menards?
Oh, yeah. That's my go-to.
Have you ever mailed in an 11% rebate?
100%.
Let's go.
Nice.
You get a little money back for those things. And then
We got $30 waiting on us. right
and
now.
let me tell you, I took that $30, I got some stuff we needed, and then on that receipt, you still get a rebate even if you paid for the whole thing with the rebate.
Yeah.
So I'm rebates on rebates.
Yeah. That's nice. Stacking.
You guys go to the one over off of it's probably University over
Yeah,
there
it is.
in Midway.
For sure.
Menards is so much crazier than Home Depot.
I love it.
And way more miscellaneous stuff.
The random things you can find there are just really joyful.
More old home friendly too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's weirder stuff that can be harder to find.
And dog toys and everything.
Yeah, groceries. Speaking of, do you own any clothes from Menards?
Ooh.
I do not think so.
Unless gardening gloves counts closed now.
Nah, not quite. Okay.
I would also so.
Have you been to a Fleet Farm?
No.
No.
Okay. Go out there.
Is farm supply?
Spend an afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
I would say
The man mall.
Oh,
man. I would say it's a hybrid between what do you call it, Tractor Supply?
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply and like Cabela's.
Sure.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As they've got like fishing gear, like
yeah.
duck biz.
Bass Pro vibes.
Yeah. Also, they sell like animal feed as well and stuff, and human food.
Yeah. Well, those are ways out.
Generally,
there's one in Carver. There's one in Rogers.
People feed. Yeah.
There's one also down in Burnsville, I think.
Lakeville.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, people
A
feed.
little more rural than Minneapolis.
Okay, I feel like we're close. You ever say what you up to?
I'm more like a what you doing.
Okay, that's
Just like I've done a watch out. Okay.
what you. Still pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got one.
Okay.
Have you had Caribou Coffee yet? Do you have strong opinions about it, one way or the other? If so,
Well, Caribou Coffee is a national chain. Is it from here?
Yeah.
yes.
So my opinions on Caribou Coffee were formed before we moved here, and it is a low-grade coffee experience.
Shut. Shit's fired.
It's a ditto for
I'm with you. I mean, I'm with you.
You always ask.
Yeah. Another way to phrase that is, do you have strong feelings about Caribou Coffee, one way or the other? Yeah.
I mean, it's like same level as like Starbucks, I guess, and put them.
Yeah.
I'd probably rather go to a Caribou, but yes.
Yeah. Interesting. It's a crapshoot. Yeah. Okay. Coldest wind chill you've ever experienced?
So
Trying to
I don't have the numbers, but we thought we would be able to get by with our car's battery as is. We just start the car every day. We'll be fine. And there was that -20 snap.
Yeah.
And we forgot to start the car that day.
And then the car didn't start.
And the car didn't start. So we had to walk the car battery in the -20
Oh Lord.
We chose to do that.
We chose to.
We could have called a car.
to the local
It's a very Minnesotan thing to do.
car shop to get a new battery.
When you were there, did you say the word or hear the words cold cranking amps?
Oh, 100%.
I actually already knew the phrase.
You're the
cold
first
cranking
people.
amps.
Okay.
Because I lived in Chicago and I have previously experienced the car not starting. So
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Everybody goes, what? Yeah.
I got to use it and feel pretty impressed with myself.
We knew we were setting ourselves up for it before it even happened. We're just like, we'll just start it every day. We'll be good.
-10, I feel like it's the threshold. I also don't have a garage, and when it's -10, and then my battery's more than like 2 years old, I'm kind of like,
I think it was -15, -20 was the coldest it got during that
But I don't know what the wind chill was.
during
It would
that
be-
snap. Yeah, I have no idea. I do remember that there was a day that we didn't go over 0 degrees, but it was like a -1 day.
Yeah.
It's a high today of -1.
Yeah.
Everyone at home thought that was hilarious.
it's dry though, because
It really doesn't
It's
feel
not
that
bad.
bad.
it is.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I told you
And you're dressed for it.
I visited North Carolina 2 years ago, and it was like the wettest, dankest cold, and it was like 30. I thought it was worse than 0 here.
Yeah.
We went from, what was the temperature in Montana in the middle of winter?
It was in the negative.
It was in the
We
negative.
went to Yellowstone.
We're
And
walking around in like a sweater and jeans,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like around the cabin, and then get back to St. Louis, and it was wet and 30, and it was
it's worse.
way worse.
You like can't warm up from it.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Horrible.
The coldest cold to me was in Tennessee. Like the coldest cold I felt, like the most unbelievable, hard to escape cold was that. Yeah.
I do feel sort of powerful. It's sometime in January, I remember that I was outside. It was a reasonably nice day, and I wasn't wearing gloves, and I didn't even have my coat zipped up. And I was shocked at how good I felt just being outside.
Yeah.
It's 20 degrees. This is nice.
Yeah, and then come
And
March, 40 feels
I was feeling so impressed with myself, and I remember that I looked across the street, and there was a guy walking his dog in basketball shorts and a hoodie.
classic.
Yeah.
It was a real takedown of me in that moment for feeling so.
For not zipping your jacket.
Yeah, I was not zipping my jacket. I was being so brave.
I mean, yeah, it's true though.
Yeah.
It changes you a little bit. Yeah.
Shoveling too. You can get hot. I've been out shoveling in like long sleeves and 10 penny
I love
degrees.
shoveling snow.
Do you?
I have always loved it.
Oh, note the time and day.
I-
If I've heard that before.
And I do it incrementally. You really, if you start when it's just a little bit of snow and you just have to shovel a little bit each time. And,
If you finish your chores, you can go shovel as a treat.
Yeah. Right.
and when my sister visited, we had gone to this great antique shop in St. Paul, and she bought I don't even know what to call it, a snow jumper, like a unitard, not a unitard.
Like snowsuit.
Snowsuit. Overalls.
Yeah.
Belts are bright red, and they had a little belt. They were vintage. They were cute. And she left them at my house, so I took control of them, and it became my snow shoveling outfit.
And it's high vis.
High vis. How about that?
It felt great.
Let's go.
We feel really joyful.
Okay, I think that's good for that segment. Last thing, if you have any parting wisdom for anybody,
Wait, is there a result? Did we score?
we'll give it to you at the end.
Okay.
If you have any parting wisdom for anybody who's in the same position, whether it's from St. Louis or just anywhere, any like advice you would give to anybody?
I think it was a scary idea at first to think about doing the viewings from a distance. And I was surprised at how easy the process felt once we got into it. And receiving the videos was actually so fun. You're receiving this little movie that's made for you of these properties. We would settle in to watch the videos together.
And they're not short either.
Yeah. No, I think the video walkthroughs are probably more time, more detail and information than I've ever had in a in-person walkthrough.
That's what we usually say.
Yeah.
When our in-person showings are never that long. Like hammer. Yeah, unless somebody's like going to buy that house. You know, if they're really focused on a house, then they might stay there that long. But yeah.
So it was maybe uneasy at first, but then it didn't last. I thought the experience of it ended up being great. I would have liked to have come up for the inspection, but as long as you can come up and see the place before you actually sign the papers, I feel like that's helpful.
Yeah.
To do. And moving has a reputation for being really hard, and it is hard, but it's also something that isn't people do it all the time.
Yeah.
You can do it too. And it's a great opportunity to honestly just get rid of things. When you think about like picking up your life and going somewhere else, you get to keep the things that you love and try to find new things you love and get rid of some things that aren't making you happy anymore. And that's true for sort of lots of things in your life.
That's fair, yeah. I love it. It's very cleansing. Yeah, quite literally.
I love packing. I think it is so fun. I love unpacking.
Packing and traveling.
It's the moving of boxes from place to a place. It's about neatening. It's about straightening and finding order in the chaos.
Mise en place.
I'm with you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can beat that.
Okay. That's fair.
I think the scouting trip maybe we really, really narrowed down, I think, what we were looking for before we even got to the viewing houses.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good places to live, so that's helpful.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the noise, we always tell people, is almost of greater value.
Yeah.
It is. Otherwise, you just can go crazy just looking at 1,000 houses a day, you know, just like, I don't know what to do. Cool. Thank you for that. I think probably about 3.5 out of 5 you betches.
Okay.
I'd say. Yeah. You think?
Maybe get another quarter star for that.
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay, cool. That's it. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Thanks. This has been fun.
Yeah, it is fun.